Hi, I would like to do a demonstration on sinkholes, and the first thing that I would like to talk about is how sinkholes form, and what causes the sinkholes, and what sinkholes are mainly made of. Okay. The first thing that's going to be sinkholes are depressions, are real big depressions, the equators of Earth that mainly come from the erosion of limestone. Limestones are the stones that have formed from dead sea life, like snails and the shells of those snails, or many invertebrates, and they come from the sea. And when they die, that debris seeps under the ground. Okay, and eventually, over time, that seepage from the water builds up the particles of the shells that forms the limestone. The limestones, they could be from fine to coarse, but they are permeable, which means that they have a lot of little bitty holes, like a sponge. That's the best way I can explain that. It's like a sponge that can absorb pretty much any liquid. And over time, that water goes through those holes and causes an erosion, which creates like a cave-like void under the ground. And as the void occurs, it causes the surface of the earth to become thinner. The surface, of course, what we walk on and what the cars drive on, and eventually that sinkhole will be formed. The earth will cave in. But I would like to show you a demonstration of exactly what I'm talking about. Just a second, please. The first demonstration that I have is if you can see where it says the thick sticky soil, and this is how normally how the earth would be before the sinkhole forms. But over time, that erosion gets big, the voids get bigger and bigger, and the soil feeds into this void right here. Okay, and then next thing, after the soil is fed from this up here, then a void forms in this area. Okay, and that's how, and this is the filled void from this void. And then eventually, see the little cracks up there? This is just what's left of the surface of the earth. It's only a very small, thin area. And then eventually, after the surface get disturbed, like a lot of traffic that might run over it, or if someone digs into the ground, or if all of a sudden a whole lot of water it weighs on this surface here, then this is where the actual sinkhole forms. And this is the filled void from the second void that I had demonstrated to you. Okay, and after these activities have occurred, it still goes through a chronological process. If it's still it still has nothing been done about it. Okay, and in conclusion, that's what a sinkhole is. It's like a big it's like a big void that forms. Okay, and it can be really big, really big, and the sources I have is Miguel Frank at www.enotes.com, Science Fact Finder Earth / what causes sinkholes, and that was assessed on 9/13/2010. And the next source that I have is what causes a sinkhole, and I didn't have an author for that, but the website is www.portal.state.pa.us/portal/server.pt community/sinkholes /10637.com, and that was also assessed on 9/13. The last source that I have is titled Limestone. This is a source that helped me explain exactly what limestone is, and this came from the Columbia Encyclopedia. The copyright was 2001 to 2010, Columbia University Press, and the website for that is www.referencecenter.com /ref reference/limestone and /limestone with a question mark and vocation, and that was assessed on 9/13 also 2010. And this speech, I hope that this speech was educational to my audience, because I learned a lot. And do you have any questions? Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. I just like to say that I learned a lot of things I didn't know about as far as science is concerned, and I really enjoyed your presentation.
Thank you very much for taking your time listening to me today.